What's up, guys? It's Alex from the Disciples. And who do we have here, and what did you do today?
My name's Dr. Nick Burgess, and I got first place at UK Nats.
Woo! That's amazing, man. Absolutely incredible. So, what did you decide to play for this event?
I played Drytron.
And to those of you who know on the channel, he's not exactly new to this deck, so
I've been playing it basically since it came out.
That's sick and amazing. How do you think it fared in today's meta?
I just think I actually genuinely, like, no cap, think it's the best deck because it has the best follow-up in the game. Like, your board can get broken and you've got 4 mini Dragon Rulers in your grave that just come back turn after turn.
That's insane, and I think it did have the best conversion. 5 players out of 20 who played the deck topped, which is
crazy.
Pretty mad, and obviously you took it home all the way, so congrats. And yeah, do you want to run us through the deck?
Yeah, sure. So we'll start with like the Drytron ratios. So 3 alpha, it's obviously standard, 3 zeta, 3 gamma, and then 1 delta. So it's only 1 delta because we're playing Pot of Prosperity. I considered beta at one point, but like it's just not needed really. And then other cards that get you to Drytron, so 3 emergency, 2 Nova and 2 Fafnir. So I'm playing set rotation and terraforming, so you don't want 3 Nova because then you have too many copies of Nova essentially. And then you get a bit of redundancy. The 1 terraforming and the 1 set rotation. So that's 19 total cards that get you to a Drytron. So if you combine that with Prosperity, it's 22 out of 42. It's a 42 card main. So it's 22 out of 42. So it's like a 98% chance to draw a Drytron, basically.
How many games did you not draw a Drytron?
1. And that's the 1 match I lost in Swiss. Basically, I just wanted my deck to be as consistent as possible in the main. And just do what I'm wanting to do, which is end on Vanity's Ruler with a Spell Trap Negate with some Fairy hand traps in hand, and that should get you enough, game 1 at least. Even if you get droplited, like if Sword Soul or Despia droplets you, they struggle to play through Lancia Orange, so like you probably just still, as long as you're getting to your next turn, if they break your board, it doesn't matter, as long as they've not got like infinite negates on their board, you play back through using Drytrons. 3 pots, so this counts as a Drytron. It has a 99% chance of hitting a Drytron if you haven't seen a Drytron. And even if you have seen one, it has like an 85% chance to see one. So it basically counts as a Drytron. But obviously the option to get other cards is insane. Go second cards. I don't always just activate this as well as like the first card. Like sometimes you'll bait with Alpha, you'll go like Alpha Tribute Zeta, they'll Ash Alpha, and then you just activate this, take Ben 10 and full combo.
Are you ever going for 6 or?
Yep, every time 6. First, second, every time. There's always 6 you can side out, so banish. It just depends on the matchup, what you need to get rid of. Then 3 prep and 1 ritual sanctuary. So these are cards that basically get you to Ben 10. Obviously they can get you to other cards as well, but they're just more copies of Ben 10. This is like the tech that Justin Singh played at Hartford. I really like it. It just turns any dead spells that you have into a light fairy basically, or Draconids, or the ritual spell. So even if you like Delta draw this can discard it, or like dead copies of mine and Droplet, like your go second cards going first, will just turn into fairies that you can pair with orange. So
did it resolve the
reborn effect?
Yeah.
In this tournament, no, but it does actually come up sometimes. Like, and it also stops you decking out under mine. Like your opponent can't deck you out under mine because you just put your spells back and then keep going until you draw set rotation to out mine. Then yeah, the 1 ritual spell, don't play 2. Like it's if they crow it, they crow it. Like it's a brick. You don't want to draw this card. Draconids, it's another card that's like pseudo. You don't want to draw, but you need it to like clear boards. Like against like the punk decks, you can just like, even if they resolve Scythe, as long as you can get to this, you just clear the whole board, and then they have no follow up. So then the ladies, these 4, these cards are just insane. Like. Ben 10, probably shouldn't have come back to 2, but we'll take it. Natasha is the MVP this format. Last format, this card was actually just garbage in the main because just the way the format was, you were never stealing enough stuff. But now with like Despia, you just take big monsters and kill them. And this was just MVP taking so many cards. Iderton, this is like the only questionable main deck card. Like you could play 41 without this because you only need it post side to be able to make Beatrice plus Vanities to send like Token Collector or Banshee for Zombie World. But it's not an impactful card, so I didn't want to side deck it to take up a side slot. So I thought you may as well just main it. So then it's a fairy. It counts towards your fairy count, and it counts towards like your Natasha targets. Because if you open combo plus a fairy, your first Ben 10 search is going to be an orange light, so you can just play 3 hand traps. And then the normal summons, you just play 2. This is the win con. So you don't want to max out on this because you're trying to summon this, because, you know, that's going to brick, like, if you draw this. This is literally here, basically just to break boards going second, search off Ben 10 Senentis. Yeah, this is the win con.
If there are ever hands where you would consider just normal summoning the
Diviner instead, really bad hands. Basically, if you only have a 1 Drytron hand, and that 1 Drytron isn't Nova, you can't end on this. So you'll, like, use this to get to Beatrice to get your second Drytron to play, but your board is much weaker, obviously, because you can't get the Vanity's Ruler. But that didn't come up. Then the other fairies, Orange and Lancia. Basically, what you're trying to do is end on Game 1, Vanity's Ruler, Mirage Lights, both of these in hand, another fairy if possible, and then, yeah, like, even if they droplet Dark Ruler, you just have these as backup, and the Mirage Lights floats, so like you get a guaranteed, if they punch it, you get a guaranteed Ben 10 to add back, and then you just kill them next turn.
And how was the Lancia, how did it perform throughout the tournament?
This card was amazing, because anytime, like, it's really good just going first, because Resolve board plus this. Despia plays Allure, Flunder, obviously this card's insane against Flunder. Sword Soul, they can't tenure you, like even if they out your Vanity's Ruler, they're just not tenuring you. Most decks are playing some form of pot card, so I'm always shotgunning this. So the only time it was bad is I opened it in top 8, game 1, going second, so I just shotgunned it and then I got gammoned. But yeah, other than that, like, it was just insane. Then the rest of it, so it's 42 main, the rest of the main is just like board breaker cards. So main 3 droplet. Yeah, it's the best board breaker card in Drytron because you can just send Drytrons for free. Like,
pretty good in the final as well, right?
Yeah. Even yeah, works even under anti-spell. So.
Droplets for 12, bro.
Ridiculous.
No, say no more.
Yeah, and then 2 copies of mine. I didn't want to play a full 3 because it doesn't do anything going first, so it's a bit of a brick. And you've still got 4 copies with Terraforming Set Rotation, so it gives you 3 droplet, 2 mine. The last card and Lancia gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 go second cards in the main. Which, when you think about decks with hand traps, 9's not a lot, but they're all high impact. So you're just hoping to draw 1 going second, basically. Yeah, well, we're never trying to deck out anyone under this, by the way. You use it to stall until you draw enough engine that you like Zeus the whole board, and then main phase 2 Vanity Lancia them. And then the last card's the one called by. Yeah, this counts as a go second card against like Despia and Scythe decks. So that's why it's mainable basically, and obviously going first hand traps.
As many people say in their profiles, do you think it should be banned?
Yeah, probably. Banned or at 3. Banned or at 3 for sure. It shouldn't be a 1. Extra deck. 1 Link Karibo. In theory you can play Anima, but it protects your weenie links, so like it's actually an end board piece of interaction, weirdly, so yeah. Mirage Lights, this is the MVP in the extra deck for sure. This card is just crazy. Protects your Vanity's Ruler from Imperm, Chalice, etc. And then it just floats. It adds back Ben 10, and then they lose, so it's kind of crazy. Liner, so because your combo doesn't use that many extra deck cards, that's why you can play Pros. Most of the extra deck is actually just utility stuff, so this came up a lot. So obviously you can only take monsters that can't be a normal summon, so extra deck monsters with it, but it comes up against Sword Soul to take like Chixiao and Baxia. And yeah, and also there's like plays where you can make this, crash it into their guy, and then search a Drytron and then just keep playing. Nightmares, so we play like reminiscent of 2018, we play like all the nightmares, and you can get co-link draws with like Phoenix, so with Link Karibo pointing down for these 2. So yeah, these are just utility. Like I chose not to play the Goddess card, the Link 5, because I just feel like this was way, like the only cuttable slot is this. It could be the Goddess card, but this came up for me, so I really liked it.
You feel nostalgic playing them again?
Yeah. Then access code, this is your win con to make games easy, just attack, pop everything, attack for game. Exceeds, 2 mu beta, 2 comes up every game, 3 probably never comes up. Sometimes I banish 1 of Prosp going second, because like, you're not comboing, you're trying to break a board. Lurlusk, to make easy mode Zeus. Sometimes you could play Fucho, because like when you get drolled you can end on Fucho and hope that you live, but I felt that was too like happy-go-lucky, not actually going to happen. Not like your opponent's just going to set up a mad board after that, so it doesn't matter. With this card, like if people don't respect Lightning Storm, just put all their monsters in attack. You have no easy way to Zeus them, so I really like this. Downard to help with the Zeus, extra material. Beatrice, this comes up with 1 Drytron hands and post side Like against Sword Soul post side, you're making this plus vanities and using this to dump token collector. And then the one Zeus, yeah, MVP in the finals.
Incoming
Obviously.
price spike, yeah.
Yeah. And then the last two cards are the Diviner targets. So you only play one Diviner, so it's a bit weird playing the two targets, but it gives you an easy banish off Prosp. Like you just pick the one you think you're going to need. Like if you need a card to pick apart the board, like you need this one. If you think you need extra access to Ben 10, like if you think they're going to Ash your Alpha or something, then you keep this one. And then side deck. So this is probably like the most interesting portion because I played my main deck, as I said, just to try and be consistent, like make the basic board. So a lot of people are maining Magic Keys, these two cards, so I side decked them. So basically, I didn't want these in the main because you're not guaranteed to win the dice roll, and these cards are actually bricks. So like you're playing like, and there's no cards you can cut, so your deck would be like 44 cards, and that just did not feel good. And so the idea basically is post side. It doesn't come in every time post side, but it comes in against like Despia and Striker. So these are like spell trap heavy decks, and also if you think your opponent's gonna dark really you. It only came up in one match. So in my top 64 match against ABC Game 3, I was going first. I ended on this, Mu Beta with a material, so it's double spell trap negate, Vanity's Ruler, Lancia Orange, and yeah, my opponent just loses there. Then cards you can send off Beatrice, so this for Flunder, like as I said, game 1 you're making Vanity's Ruler, it's not good against Flunder, obviously you side it out. Post side, Alpha Zeta will get you Beatrice to dump this in their turn, Lancia, Orange, Mirage, Link Karibo, and they just can't play. And then I played 2 Token Collector, so I was just playing 1 for a while just to send off Beatrice, but with the way that the siding patterns worked, I wanted 5 cards for Sword Soul, so it's like this plus like the Dark Rulers versus Sword Soul. Like if they have anti-spell, they have anti-spell, but you need to just beat Chao Feng, like Chao Feng's an issue. So yeah, 3 Dark Ruler, also MVP of the day. Like many Punk Therion and Punk Adventure boards just got broken by this. Zeus them, Vanity's Ruler. And I played 2 Droll. So it seems weird too, again, but it's the siding patterns because, so as I said, these previous 5 against Sword Soul, but against Despia, I wanted cards that cover other matchups. So this again comes in against Despia, but also comes in against like Flunder, Drytron, whatever else, like ads basically. And then also comes in against Despia is the back row removal. I really like just picking off their branded and random banishment before they've had a chance to really use it properly, and then just comboing through the rest of their board. And then you need back removal, like we're playing in the UK, there's going to be L pitch, like, so yeah, you need this. And Striker is actually the worst matchup for the deck, so you need some form of back row removal. So yeah, that's the deck.
Awesome, thank you very much. Would you like to give any shout outs to your amazing achievement?
Shout out, well firstly shout out to Alex Robertson, my finalist, my opponent in the final. Like, what a dream come true to play him in the final. Shout outs to, you know, the whole gang in the car ride, Dougie, Becky, Tommy, Harry, Kyle, yeah, everyone. Yeah, shout outs to JY, shout outs to the Disciples. Yeah, shouts to everyone that's supported me through this long journey, and like I'm sad that it's over, but I achieved what I wanted to achieve, and yeah, I'm retiring now. So
officially, you heard it here.
Yeah, it's on camera.
First scoop.
Now, so.
I'll see you at Euros. I'll see you at Euros. Don't worry.
I guess for those who don't know, Nick, how long have you known Betty for?
Betty, I've known Betty since 2013, like, and when he was long hair Betty, when he was a child, and yeah, I basically helped him to get better at the game, and then. In my opinion, he's better than me. Like I drew better in the final, but he's surpassed me now, and I'm happy to, you know, for him to go on and win. And he'll win. He'll have his year where he wins.
Yeah, no, it was amazing to see you guys from the same locals who've known each other for so long play that final, having a great time.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But yeah, no, congratulations once again, amazing achievement, bro. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Shout out to Nick obviously for winning, and then JY also for filming this. We'll see you guys in the next one.